guys jamming out with me this morning? We're about to have a great conversation here. All right, hold on. There we go. All right. Good morning. I am Trooper Steve, your new 6 traffic safety expert. We are parked. We are in a parking lot, and we are here, and I'm going to say it, and I don't care. My favorite police department in Central Florida, my favorite law enforcement agency anywhere in Central Florida. Now, I have great relationships with a lot of people within Central Florida, but to tell you guys, the amount of love and professionalism and skill and dedication that comes out of the Seminole County Sheriff's Office is beyond approach. Their Sheriff Dennis Lima, been here for a little bit now, and things are always happening here. And what is happening today is they're having an open house. They are going to be from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. At 100 Esslinger Way, named after the former sheriff, which is basically the Seminole County Sheriff's Office headquarters. And they're having an open house from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. here. And when I tell you all hands on deck for an open house, it's really cool, because it's not just come by here and learn. They have an entire office set up today to assist you in making this happen. Crossing guards, civilian positions, sworn correctional deputy positions. If you want to be a janitor at the sheriff's office, you can do that. If you want to get into the communications office, you can do that. So this is the opportunity for you to meet everyone that you would have the questions for, that you normally would have to email over and over, call, show up. Today, the Seminole County Sheriff's Office is making that happen. One-stop shop kind of thing. We're going to be welcoming in the Captain Ronald Shaw Jr., a great man, a great individual, into the truck. And we're going to be talking with him more about how recruitment goes, what exactly are they looking for. He currently serves as the captain over recruiting under the Department of Administration, where he oversees and is responsible for operations of recruitment and the entire team. So pretty cool. He started his career in 1996, so he's been with here for quite some time. He's worked his way up through the ranks. He's held positions really from the critical response team, commander, sergeant, field training, detention. I hear the sirens and I start looking. So I'm going to see if he's ready. Sir, are you ready for me? You look great. Let's rock and roll. He's asking about his hair, and kind of a fun joke. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the truck, Captain Shaw with the Seminole County Sheriff's Office. Sir, welcome in.
Listen, man, thank you.
We are live streaming right now.
Oh, this is live?
This is live.
I gotta watch what I say.
Gotta watch what you say.
Okay.
So
okay.
I want to get that out right away. But we're able to talk about much more fun stuff than broadcast, because it's not FCC regulated. So we're good to go. All right.
Yes, sir. Yes,
so,
sir.
Welcome to Results 1. This is my dream machine right here. We've got cameras there, forward facing here, our little digital display right here.
Oh, that's very cool.
Anything that is on programming is going to show up right there, and then next up right there. We're not going to go anywhere, because I know you were commanding this event today. You're doing some awesome stuff. You're the commander of the recruitment. And before you even got in the truck, I was telling people, listen, I deal with a lot of police departments throughout Central Florida. But when people ask me, who's your number one? Right here, Seminole County Sheriff's Office.
My God.
Like, I love it.
Thank you, brother.
I know.
It means a lot coming from you.
I know Chief Young from Daytona is going to get me on that, because I love him too.
That's my guy, Jakari.
Jakari's a great man.
Guy. Yeah.
Great guy. I love Daytona Beach Police Department. But if I had to stop everything I was doing right now, whether it's the Trooper Steve thing or FHP, I'd be wearing green right here at the Sheriff's Office.
Some Seminole County spruce green.
Oh, absolutely.
I can see it, bro.
That spruce green is...
Hey, it is what it is, man.
It's hot. So, Captain, thank you for joining me here today. Just a little discussion about, one, I want to know about you. You've been with the Sheriff's Office since 96.
Yes, sir.
Long time. You've gone through the ranks.
Yes, sir.
Very diverse career that you've ended up here over recruiting. You're everywhere I'm at that I show up with, and Seminole's there, you're there.
I just don't have a cool truck like you, but
Yeah,
I'm working on that.
You got an unmarked GMC that's pretty
I
high.
do. That's true. That's true.
That's nice.
True. Yeah,
so,
that's true.
Talk to me a little bit. How'd you end up at the Seminole County Sheriff's Office?
It's happenstance, really.
Okay.
My grandmother was a pastor here in a local pastor in Seminole County, and she had a really good relationship with former Sheriff Esslinger.
Okay.
And I got through it. Well, I didn't get through it at UCF. I was planning to go to UCF, so I ended up here. Needed a job.
Okay.
And she introduced me to the sheriff, and the sheriff arranged for me to go through the academy. That was in '93.
Okay.
Back then, you didn't get sponsored the academy.
Right.
The sheriff just wrote a letter saying,
I support him going
I support him going to the academy.
It's like an endorsement.
Like an endorsement.
Okay.
So they couldn't get me in the law enforcement academy, so I ended up in the corrections academy.
Interesting.
Which was in Lake County. And back then, it was a little small Lake County Voltec.
Yeah, that's different back then.
It was different back then.
It's different.
It's different back then. So from Lake County Voltec Corrections, Seminole County told me to be 6 months after I graduate. Graduate number 1, by the way. So just
not
throw that in
I'm
there.
not surprised.
See, I did. Thank you, my brother.
I'm not surprised.
But after that, the sheriff's like, listen, we'd love to have you, but it's going to be about 6 months before our next fiscal year. We can hire you. Volusia County was like, we can hire you tomorrow. Sold. So
smart. And that's
yeah.
And let's be real.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, your career Seminole County deputy now, but if you're looking to get into law enforcement, sometimes you got to go with who's calling you.
Absolutely.
And get the ball rolling, get your experience, and then maybe move on to where you want to do.
There you go.
Okay.
And I tell that you can be in my speeches because that's exactly what I tell everybody. It doesn't matter where you start; it's where you finish.
Right.
And that's exactly my case. So it took me from 1993 to '96. I was in Volusia County. Great experience there. Learned a lot, and then ultimately made it back to Seminole County, where where it all began for me in the first place.
Okay.
So I was fortunate to get back here. Went to the Crossover Academy in 1999. Became dual certified. Didn't graduate number 1 in that one.
That's a different world, but that's pretty cool
world.
that you.
Right.
A lot of people don't understand the different, almost divisions, parallel worlds of corrections and law enforcement. They see it as the same, but it's two completely different.
It's the same.
It is,
but different.
But
if that makes sense.
Yeah, you're carrying 2 different driver's licenses, but you're still driving.
Correct.
I got a CDL in one
analogy.
pocket and my Class C in the other pocket, kind of thing. So, but you're still doing the same mission. What drove you to switch to the LE side?
This is something I always wanted to do. I just want to give myself some options.
Okay.
And it gave me that. I was able to, you look at my career like you talked about, I spent the majority of my time in corrections, but I've been on the road side, I've been in judicial, and now I'm in HR. My kids always bother me, like, Dad, tell us a lot when you were a real cop. I'm like, yeah, whatever, man.
You're like, listen, chill out.
I did my time, yeah.
Right. So,
but that's the beauty of a sheriff's office, though, is that diversity in assignments you can get.
Especially a full service department like this.
Exactly.
I talk about FHP. Don't get me wrong, I love my troopers. It's where I've started. It's kind of, I am a trooper through and through, but we're not a full service law enforcement agency. We have a mission, and we stick to that mission.
Yep, specific mission.
It's not like you're calling 911 and troopers are showing up at your house, unless I'm listening to your scanner and I'm going to back you on the way over there, kind of thing.
Which they do, by the way.
All the time.
We're blessed to be in the environment we are here in Seminole County, where the hot call comes out.
Everyone shows up.
Everybody's showing up.
It's really cool. It doesn't matter the uniform or the badge shape, even though we have some ugly badges. Do you know FH? You know what that is, right? It's an upside down orange.
Is that what it is?
Because if you flip it, the all of a sudden the orange blossoms are on top.
That's what the
flowers
little
on the bottom. It's an orange.
Hey, the things you don't know.
Right?
Hey, I was how many days old before I realized that? Yeah.
That needs to be a meme somewhere.
So now it's not as ugly to me as it used to be because now it makes sense now.
Right.
All right.
So to get into recruitment, you've got to have a passion for what you're doing. It's not just because there are different worlds. Like, you're not going to take a cop or a deputy off the street that loves UC work, likes working narcotics, and be like, hey, you're going to make a great recruiter. They have to have the passion for it. Doesn't mean they can't do it. Like, I'm sure that if you took the recruitment chip out of you, you'd be out lighting the world on fire.
Absolutely.
But there's passions. Like, I like communication, so that's my passion. Where'd you find that to say, man, I want to move over to the recruitment side, and I want to help this family, this agency here?
Well, it's exactly that. It's to help the agency and help this family. The recruitment's a passion for me because somebody helped me many moons ago.
Right.
And I just call it paying it back, paying it forward, rather. Somebody helped me, and this is my opportunity to go out and meet some people and try to the national perception when it comes to law enforcement, and you know this,
Yeah.
we talked about it before offline,
All the time, yeah.
that it's somewhat negative, and it's part of my job to say that everything you see on social media, everything you read about is not always accurate, or accurate to the point where
Take it for what it's worth.
Take it for what it's worth.
You need to learn a little bit more.
Learn a
than
little
what
bit
you're
more.
hearing.
Right, and that's a small. There's some people that have done some bad things
course.
with that badge on, that uniform on, some horrific things, but that's a small, minuscule segment of the population.
Right.
Most of us out here just trying to do good work and do what we're here to do.
And go
help
back
others.
to our families.
Come back to our families.
People think like we're robots. Like you're
Yeah.
going to go back up, AI, and plug into the back of the
That's
department
right,
here,
right.
and then restart. It's like, no, you're going to change into your shorts and t-shirt and go hang out with your family right when you check out.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
what are we doing here today? What is this that you guys have going on at the sheriff's office?
So today is, I hope, one of many that we have. It's a recruitment event, but it's an education event.
Okay.
People think about the sheriff's office, think about the badge and the gun, which is what we are.
Right.
That's a forward-facing, but we have so much more to offer, and this gives us the opportunity to kind of showcase some of all those things we have to offer, whether it be deputy sheriff, detention deputy, communications, crossing guards. People don't realize we go the whole gamut.
Well, and I think most people don't realize here in Seminole, you guys, I don't use the term own in a negative way, but you guys own your crossing guards. They're not, all right, some are with Altamont, some are with No. Every crossing guard in Seminole County works for the Seminole County Sheriff's Office.
Every communications or dispatch
works for the Seminole County
Sheriff's Office.
And I think that is something that the community needs to understand also. Like,
Right.
that's how big and trusted you guys really are.
And the other thing, the other part of that is that we're probably one of the few counties where every municipality, where it's Longwood, Altamont, Sanford, Oviedo, Winter Springs, Castleberry, we are all on the same report writing system, all on the same computer system.
Wow.
So
that's huge. And I
it's
know
huge
someone
for
at home may not go, oh, I understand what that means.
Right.
And when you guys can transfer reporting or resources to each other,
Correct.
or just information, you're like, oh, well, I can't open that because I have Smart Cop here, and you've
Right.
got Tracks over here, and these are all just different programs. I did not know that. I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
that's
we
pretty
do.
Cool.
And that's a huge intelligence factor, and it's a huge safety issue. Again, I always say, Seminole County, I don't care, in this line of work, and there's you're never safe, but we're definitely safer here with a lot of the tools and things we have in place.
That's really cool to know, and I love the working relationship that Seminole Sheriff's Office has with the municipalities, because you can't
bar none.
You can't find that, and I know some people go, "Wow, really?" You don't find that everywhere.
You don't. And we're blessed here.
When you have a sheriff's office that is willing to work, because you guys don't have to work with everybody, and when the laws are written, you guys are the constitutional law enforcement officers. You are run by an elected law enforcement officer, so ultimately they have the final say.
Correct.
But that just shows, if you're applying here and you want to work here, how this place is being run.
It's a culture.
It's a culture.
Right. And it's a culture with the sheriff's office, but it's also spread throughout the municipalities. We're blessed to work in a constituency that still supports law enforcement. I can't go anywhere without saying thank you for your service.
Right.
And, want to pick up my lunch or whatever the case may be. And you don't get that everywhere.
No.
We're blessed with that. We're blessed with a county commission that supports us and backs us in what we do.
It's got some pretty cool rides here. The equipment looks good. These are 2 brand new cars I was checking out a second ago.
Absolutely.
So when it comes to positions today, I noticed something. I went inside there, and I was like, all right, I was talking to your lieutenant.
Lieutenant McDaniel.
Lieutenant McDaniel.
Star two.
Amazing.
Yeah.
When I got my VIP tour here about 2.5 years ago, he gave it to me, and I was like, where do I sign up, kind of thing.
Listen.
It was crazy. Such a good guy.
And you've earned a VIP if you get a tour from him.
Oh,
yeah.
and that's everyone. When I showed up here, people were freaking out because they're like, "Steve, what are you doing?" Because they don't do this for everybody.
Right.
And I got to go see Hope and Healing. I got a tour of the jail into one of the wings, and people were like, "Who is this guy?" Kind of thing. I go, "Don't worry, I'm with Lieutenant McDaniel."
I'm good. I got it. That's right.
I got this. But you guys inside here today, it's not like, I love this, man. I get so cheesy about cop stuff. You guys aren't just like, oh, this is what we have, here's a flyer. You have computers set up here today to assist people with the actual application process. So talk to me a little bit about who's here today kind of helping.
So, like I said, I've been blessed with a great staff and
Right.
support system from, my chief all the way up to the sheriff has made sure that we're supported. And he's been clear that recruiting is one of his main primary focuses. Obviously, it's a struggle in today's climate.
Right.
But we do events like this to help showcase the Seminole County difference, I call it.
I like that, the Seminole County difference.
Seminole County difference. And if you look, you'll see the computer setup. We want to make it easy for you. Part of our process, because it's
a lengthy
full
process.
service,
Yeah.
it's a lengthy process. It's a full service criminal justice agency, so some steps to it.
Right.
And we want to try to minimize and help with those steps. So you have to have a background waiver, FDLE background waiver. We notarize it for you. We scan it into your file for you.
So that you guys are eliminating a lot of the back and forth, or the someone sitting at home.
We're cutting the middleman out.
Yeah, sitting at
Sit
home.
here, let me help you through
stressed out, and then they're emailing you. Then maybe 24 hours later, you email back.
Right.
And then you're cutting some time down here.
I'm cutting some time down. I'm cutting some frustration down.
Yeah.
And like I said, I've been blessed with with the crew that understands this, and an agency that supports this to make sure that we make things simplified. Again, the Seminole County difference.
So I'm gonna hashtag that like crazy from now on.
Do it.
When you guys are, do you know starting pay right now for a rookie deputy if they were to be hired, say straight out of the academy?
Straight out of the academy right now today is $52,000 in change.
Okay.
But that doesn't count the it's around $2,500 we get for holiday pay.
Okay.
Probably an additional $2,500 just for in-service training for defensive tactics, driving, gun range.
Okay.
So easily,
do you guys do shift differentials here?
we do not do
Okay.
shift differentials. So you can easily, a first-year deputy can easily make $60,000
Starting out the gate.
just out the gate. Plus, and nobody thinks about it until they have to use them. But our benefit package is
Huge.
Is a Cadillac of benefit packages. And I'll tell you just a little personal.
Please.
I was out with the illness for about 2.5 months.
Wow.
Occurred. This is my first month. I've been back a month.
Okay.
And the profound thing about that though is I probably incurred over $500,000 worth of medical bills. But out
Wow.
of pocket, it's about $4,000. That's because of and I'm paying that $200 a month till it's paid off. Right. At my leisure, and I'm out, but I never missed a check. I'm still able to take care of my family. I'm still able to provide and do the things I need to do.
And that's the benefits for simply you working here.
The benefits of simply me working here. And nobody thinks about that until something like that happens to you.
Yeah.
And I'm forever grateful for that. And my family's forever grateful
Of
for
course, because then now they still have that family concept when you walk out the door that, hey, he's my husband, my family, but I'm sending him to our family also.
Correct.
Where he's going is not just work. I know that I could trust where he's going, and they're going to take care of him as well.
Absolutely.
That's beautiful, man.
That's profound, the way you just said
well,
it.
and
Yeah,
that's the way I
it,
think
though.
about it, because I like to talk about things extremely from an emotional standpoint, because I truly believe it's the only way we impact people to listen.
Sure.
When I was a PIO for the Highway Patrol, I was never one of these guys that were like, the vehicle went northbound. No one cares. Like, let's be real. No one cares.
Right.
It's like, no, you guys need to stop doing this because you're going to bust your face. Your mom's going to be waiting for you at home.
You have to make it real.
And then that deputy or that trooper is going to knock on the door because of the mistakes you made. You're not going home. And that's, because 78 next of kin notifications I made in 8 years. And those each one was individual, and to know that you have a team that supports you. And this is all I hear. I know a few deputies on the narcotics side here. Plenty of you guys on the admin side. Everyone has a complaint no matter what.
Facts.
Everyone has something they're excited about. But the one thing here at the Seminole County Sheriff's Office is there's a vibe that's unseen, that it's just felt. That when you work here, you know that your guys got your back. If you're calling for help, the cavalry is coming.
It's the intangibles.
Right, the stuff you can't.
And I love the way you said it. It's the feel.
Right.
When it's real, you feel it.
Right.
And here, you walk through the doors.
Someone could bark at you all day. Oh, morale's great, and da-da-da-da, and then you show up and it's just like, nah.
No.
Here, you're like, you walk in, you're like, this place is happening.
We pride ourselves on that, and the sheriff is big on, I don't think family is normally rhetoric, but for us, it's real.
Right.
I'll give you an example too. Our family. You look at you met Lieutenant McDaniel when he walked you around. Well, his son works here. His sister worked here. That's just an example of, our PIO,
same thing with Kim.
Kim Kennedy.
Right.
There's like 50 of them.
There's a lot.
And that's telling in itself that these people of an agency where you have these generations and legacies, because they wouldn't put their most precious possession, which their loved ones, into an agency that they didn't believe in.
Right.
And the Seminole Counties, we're inundated with
the sheriff's wife works here.
The sheriff's wife.
Right.
We have 2 captains. They're, separate divisions, but both work here. I can go on and on.
Right. And you don't find that. That's just not something, for those of you guys who are watching at clickorlando.com, News 6 Plus in our app, that is not something you find at many agencies, where there is a generational employment that
Right.
takes place. The
We
fact
have
that
the Pratts here. You know, Lieutenant Pratt just retired.
okay,
His wife worked in civil. She just retired. His son's a sergeant in the South Region, I believe.
keeping it going.
Right. The daughter is now in civil.
okay,
It's just like I said, just generational. And I can keep going about these different families, but that's just evidence and proof that it's not just rhetoric with us. It's real.
because if you don't like somewhere you work, you sure as heck's not going to have your wife or your son or your daughter go work there.
That's absolutely.
It's
just that simple.
It's that
Just that simple.
So, Captain, for anybody who is considering today, might be watching this, might watch it a little later, maybe reach out to you guys later, what would you say to them, even if there's an inkling that, man, maybe, just maybe I'm considering a career in law enforcement? Why should they apply here first before anywhere else?
Well, I think we've been talking about it, but it's the vibe. It's the family atmosphere. And again, I think I've just showed where family atmosphere is just not rhetoric with us. It's
Right.
something that's tangible. It's something that's real. And I can pull out, again, our PIO, the candidates, there's 80 of them. They run deep. That's just one example.
But the benefits, the career
the benefits, the career. And I guess my main thing is what I tell people is it's the security of it. I'll go back a little bit, but 2008 with the market crash, people were getting laid off, people getting fired, people getting terminated, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, tell me a cop that was laid off.
Not in Seminole County.
Not in Seminole
Not
County.
in Seminole County. The pandemic, 2019, 2020, laid off, mass layoffs.
Not here.
Not in Seminole County. It's the
Security, really.
it's
The job
security.
security
It's the
here.
job security. It's the benefits. It's the whole package that you need to think about. Obviously, you can go anywhere and get more money or whatever the case may be, but you need to go somewhere where there's a work-life balance.
Right.
You go somewhere there's security, and go somewhere where you're going to be, as an individual, respected. As an individual, you're going to be, you're honored, and you're going to be, you're wanted here. And
I think
everybody
there
goes-
needs to be a feeling of self-comfort when you go to work. There's this when you go home and you're able to sit down, you're going to go, I'm doing something good.
Absolutely.
And wearing that Seminole County patch, I think they're going to feel that vibe.
And I couldn't say it exactly right. And it's a vibe, and it's a vibe that it's from our top down, the sheriff, all the way down to our constituents, to the county commission. We're it's a
guys are
family
doing-
here.
you guys are doing
And to
great
the
things.
municipalities, we have
they-
partners. Our partners with the school board.
Right?
I was running there late today because I'm doing stuff with the school board.
I
It's
heard
just-
about that. That's a totally separate thing that I want more information about.
Well, let's
But
talk about it,
We will
'cause,
do
yeah.
that because
Yeah, I
that
touch-
sounds amazing.
I touch every high school at least once or twice a year. We do like extended events. I could call it planting seeds, and just building those relationships, so they know that sometimes the only interaction they have with law enforcement is going to be negative, and I want
Right.
to make sure that we change that.
And you and I, we have lined up in different timelines, but we have very similar mentalities. As a trooper, people think I'm crazy because I am obsessed with school policing. Obsessed. To the level where I was the chair for the school resource task force for Osceola County School District. And they were like, what's this trooper doing? But it's like, if we could start there, even if it's not, we don't need to be best friends with these kids. And hold on, we have a visitor. We're streaming live right now, and this is my favorite civilian right here at the sheriff's office here. So, but we'll be wrapped up here in a few minutes.
Okay, see you.
Good to see
Good
you.
to see you, Nancy.
Bye, Nancy. Hold on, she wants a picture. It's okay, guys. This is why we do it. Love it. Thank you. She's a trip.
He's like, we're live. She's like, yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Let me
she
get my
goes,
picture.
yeah, I
Let
want
me
my
get my picture,
photo.
though. Yeah.
Oh my God, she doesn't change. Anywhere I see her,
she's consistent.
all the
She's
time.
consistent.
Now I have a brain pause. What were we? Where were we at? I don't remember.
School resource.
Schools
You're
resource deputies.
past- yeah.
Yeah, it's just whether they have best friends or they're just acquaintances. To be able to understand simply that everyone's a person and that's their job. Maybe when they graduate and they have that interaction while they're in college and they're out clubbing, they're not going to be disrespectful and they're just going to understand. Or they may, hey, buddy, leave that cop alone. Let's go. And just move on. It's so vital. And I'm a big believer. Every school needs a cop in it.
Yep.
No matter what. I
Yep,
support
so are we.
Guardians. I support Guardians, but you got to have that uniform present.
Yep.
And it's not necessarily for the deterrent, but it's for that relationship building.
For the relationship building.
So,
Yeah.
Captain, I cannot thank you enough for your time today. I know you were slam busy. You flew over here to make it happen.
I did, brother.
And I appreciate
I
that.
did.
What you're doing does not go unnoticed. I see you personally and your crew at events that have no association with law enforcement, but
No.
yet you guys are there representing and supporting leadership all throughout this, whether it's youth, senior, or just recently at the Leadership Seminole. So,
yeah, and I'm on that Council for Leadership Seminole, and I think that's vital as well. That it's those partnerships. Community policing is based on those two
Right.
pillars. Partnerships and problem solving, and I think we do it better than anybody.
I would almost add a third one: presence.
Present. Bro.
Presence.
Permission to use that.
All yours.
Love
All
it.
yours.
Love
You
it.
got presence, because if they
Yeah.
don't see you, they're not believing you.
That's right.
Like that, it's that simple. So
Agreed.
I know you guys have a jam-packed day till 2:00. Come down here and listen. If you can't make it and you have questions for them, their team is huge. You can email them at recruiting@seminolesheriff.org. They have great information there. They're on Instagram. They're on X. They're on Facebook. All their social media platforms. Not only do they put out important information when stuff's breaking with them, but all their community presence that they're showing up. They were just at a Juneteenth celebration a few
Absolutely.
weeks ago that they posted about this morning. So make sure if they're doing everything they can to reach out to you guys, you need to be receptive to that to make this all work. If you're looking for a job, we have civilian positions here. We have sworn positions, corrections, and this is a cycle. They're always hiring.
We
you
are.
guys are always.
We are.
Whether it's people retiring or they just want to beef the numbers up. So come on out, apply. Captain.
Listen, I
Thank
thank
you.
you. And thank you for taking your time.
No, thank you.
And I appreciate that your insight, because you wear two hats, and I think
try.
that those two hats are vital in helping articulate what we're trying to do and the way we're trying to do it. So
Amen.
I can't thank you enough for what you do, and I appreciate the time this morning.
Thank you. So give it a follow, guys. Have a great day. Drive safely. Wear your seatbelt. Showers later this afternoon, but it's Florida, so it's just going to happen. So download the new Pinpoint Weather app. It's new. It's updated. It's pretty cool. We'll talk to you guys later. See you guys.